Hi, on this video, I'm playing the slower version of the scales for you. I have my metronome set at 100 beats per minute, but that's the eighth note that is going to be at that tempo. Also, I actually created the fast version first, and I mentioned on that I'm playing a trigger trombone on the other video. But for this video, I'm using my non-trigger trombone, so you can see me play the non-triggered notes, the B naturals out in seventh position and things like that that ordinarily I probably wouldn't do. Um, Sorry about the light change. Um, and As in the other video, I am playing the scales in a different order from what they are on the sheet. I'm starting with the B flat because that's the most familiar scale, and then I'll announce each scale from there. We will play the F last in the series of major scales because it's a two octave scale. The rest are only one octave. And then we'll end all the scales with the chromatic because the chromatic is in a different category of scales. So we'll do that one last. And then I'll have a little bit to say after I finish playing the scales, but I actually did go into some extra tips on the other videos. So you might want to check that video out too, to see some of the extra help that I gave at the end of the scales. For those of you that really want to do better than most people. Okay, so here we go with the concert B flat scale. The concert B flat scale has two flats, B flat and E flat. Okay, from there we go to the E flat concert scale or concert E flat scale. We've added a flat now. B flat, E flat, A flat, three flats. Okay, from there we go to the concert A flat scale. And so we're adding another flat. Now we're up to four flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. And for those of you who may not have learned D flat last year, or well, it would be beginners that maybe didn't learn it last year, D flat is in fifth position. Okay, so we're starting on A flat concert. Okay, from there I'm going to go to the concert C scale. Now the concert C scale has no flats. It's everything is natural. So some of you may have only played B flat, but we're no longer playing B flat. Now we're playing B natural, which is in fourth position when you're playing the high B natural, and that is the B that you will play. Also notice E is going to be E natural, not E flat. Second position, not third. Okay, from there we're going to go to the concert G scale. The concert G scale, like the C scale, has no flats in it. So we're still playing those E naturals and B naturals, but the concert G scale has an F sharp in it. Again, if you didn't learn F sharp is in fifth position. but we start on the low G, so that means we're going to have to play the B in 7th position, way out there. Here it is. Concert G. Ready? That's a long way to reach out there. Okay, so then that brings us to the F scale, which, as I said, is the only 2-octave scale that's on your sheet. That concert F scale has 1 flat, so we're back to at least 1 flat here. B flat and 2 octaves. Starts way down there on low F, right? Okay, and then that brings us to our final scale, which is the chromatic scale. Again, the chromatic scale, you're playing every note. You're not skipping any notes. So, so we're starting on low F, and this ends on the high D, just above the bass clef. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I mentioned this on the other video, but I'll go ahead and mention it here too. When you're looking at the chromatic scale on this page, you'll notice going up on the scale it uses sharps. You won't see any flats going up the scale. So some of the notes like B flat that you're used to seeing all the time, instead of seeing B flat, you're going to see the note A sharp, which is the same thing. You play first position when you see the A sharp. It's just a different spelling, is what we call it. Same thing like D. You'll have D sharp going up instead of E flat. They're the same note, just different spellings. And then once you get to the top and come back down, then they start using flats. So you'll see the notes that you're used to seeing. Let's see. I think one of the things, if you've got a non-trigger horn, that 7th position's hard. I mean, my trombone, it's really far out there. Even on my trombone, every trombone's a little different, and I have figured out that the 7th position is really far out there. Even more so than some other trombones that I've played on. It's just made that way. And some of you may be a little smaller, and you may not really be able to reach 7th position. You just have to do the best you can and play the best you can. You can actually play it faster and sort of, as I say, what we call it is kind of fake it. Fake that note as you go past. If you're doing it really fast, I'll just show you what I mean. So if I do that chromatic scale, mainly wanted to show you going up, so I don't have to be like perfect when I played it faster, but if you play it faster, then the danger that you might run into is is you're going to skip some notes or you're going to play extra notes in there. So be sure that you practice it slowly and really get your the feel of the patterns down. Um, the good thing about trombone is, every position is a chromatic note. So 6 5 4 3 2 1 is you're going to be going one position at a time from whatever position you're starting at. If you're starting on B natural, going up chromatically, 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. So it's easy in that way, but you do have to know where the switches take place. When you get to F, what's the next note? F sharp in fifth position, things like that. Um, but it's not too difficult to do because we're just going right up our slide. Each at each different point. Once we've gotten to first position, then we have to go out, to whatever the next note is in the series. So that's my advice on the chromatic scale is just really figure it out slowly and don't get too fast too quick because you may add or subtract notes that should be there. So I wish you well when you audition. I do encourage you to watch the other video because I gave some more helpful hints at the end of that one. And if you really want even more things that I'm not going to go over on a video, you're I encourage you to take private lessons because that's where you'll really, we really have time to dig into even more things, like some of the notes are a little bit, you have to make some little adjustments with like a high F, for instance. Those are the kinds of things that we can emphasize. You may hear them in band class, but we have a little more time to devote to really getting nitpicky about things sometimes. If you really want to be at the top of your class, that helps. It's not a guarantee because it also takes your part to work and practice and put into practice the things that you learn in a lesson. But usually the students that take lessons, especially the longer they take those lessons, they're usually the ones that are at the top of their sections, trombone section or trumpet section or clarinet section, because they've just got more attention, individual attention, and have had time to learn some things that your band directors are excellent, but they can't teach everybody everything. So that's why you have people like me and the other private teachers to help the students who want to excel to do that. And if you are interested in that, you can find our contact information on the band webpage. Okay, well, thank you for listening. If you listened to this whole video, past where I played the scales, congratulations. You've told me that you're interested in being above average and successful. So I congratulate you. Okay, so hopefully we'll see you out there at Jefferson sometime this year. And until then, goodbye.